7, 6, stand by D, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll D, and fade up sound. Send my scams.
This is Oklahoma's own 6 in the morning in
Wipe
high
my Q
definition.
anime.
It's windy out there this morning. It's going to be a cold one for the kids as they head out to the bus stop. We'll talk about wind chills and what's ahead for the
Roll
day.
B, animate Y.
3 people arrested accused in a terror plot to join ISIS. Find out what authorities say these people here in the United States plan to do if they could not reach Syria.
Animate Y.
And, of course, the nation's security always front and center. Now Congress still debating the full funding of Homeland Security. But what the administration says about the future of that bill doesn't pass by the deadline. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 6 in the morning.
Send my key.
Thursday, February 26th. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm Rich Lentz.
I'm Alec. Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, sure enough. I head north on my commute. And, man, that wind was buffeting me.
Yeah, strong wind. Cold front moved through last night.
Turn take key now, or don't. Now, 20, 35 I always forget that. Some of the wall.
Let's take a look here through the Osage Casino Skycam network. Our temperatures this morning 20s, but wind chill values are even lower. At last check, Tulsa International 24. The wind chill at 11.
All right.
North wind
401
at
is next.
17 miles
2
per
on
hour.
Rich into the
Some
double.
gusts are in the range of 25 to near 30. The barometer is rising back behind that cold front as it's sliding down to the south. 24 in Bixby now, 22 in Skytook, 23 in Claremore, Muskogee 27, 32 McAllister, and lower 20s from Coffeyville and Veneta and Pryor. Then we factor in those strong north winds. Wind chill values. Notice these single digits. These single-digit wind chills will continue to migrate to the south over the next couple of hours, and then later today they'll bump right back up into the teens. So how about the actual temperature? 20 by 7 o'clock. We'll have some clouds this morning. 25 at 10, 29 through the noon hour, partly sunny. North winds at 20 miles per hour. And then by 3 o'clock today, we're going to level off at about 32. There will be a little bit of sunshine. It's going to be cold. We're tracking several waves that will give us precipitation opportunities over the next several days. But the headline of the hour today is windy and cold. Now, there might be a flurry or two today across the southern sections, but it's tomorrow and especially Saturday that will be tracking an opportunity for some precipitation, some snow chances in our area, a timeline and a location for you in just a couple of minutes.
And all right, well, let's continue to talk about the weather and the wind.
Double snacks with Aaron Jones.
It's pretty biting out there right now. Aaron Jones joining the slide.
Okay.
Ray, use the wind chill bug.
Wind chill bug, please. Ray, 32 with.
It is, and Aaron, it looks windy.
Take, animate my cue.
It is, Rich. I mean, I'm freezing right now. But, yeah, we're here downtown.
Reed.
We're off Boston near the Courtyard Marriott. And we came down here so you can see how windy it is. If you look here behind me, you can see we have a couple of flags blowing in the wind. Now, we checked online, and it looks like we're seeing winds as high as 42 miles per hour here in the Tulsa Metro. The average wind speed, however, is around 17 miles per hour. Now, this is a big difference from yesterday when the low wind and temperatures were in the 50s. Now, here's a live look from our Osage Casino Skycam network. You can see the camera shaking around because of the wind. A lot of people have noticed the wind. We had several people on Facebook tell us they've been hearing doors slam everywhere from Tulsa to Claremore. So
I'm
yes, it's
scared to
definitely
do
windy, but we've been checking with PSO, and the good news to report is that no one has lost power. So people just need to take it safe when they head out the door this morning because it is very windy out here, and they'll definitely need to bundle up.
Whoa.
Rich?
Oh,
all right,
ready.
Thank
2
you very
take,
much.
ready for an effect. Animate, turn take.
3 New York City residents
now
facing 15 years in prison for plotting to travel to Syria and join ISIS. 2 men appeared in federal court. The third is actually being held in Florida, and he is the man accused of financing the trip. Now, according to charging documents, if these men didn't reach Syria, the backup plan was an attack on American soil, possibly at shopping malls.
Van.
And one of the suspects at one point threatened to shoot the president.
Roll B sound and
the presumption of innocence is still the law of the land in America.
Animate out.
And we have every intention
Stand by mic.
of fighting this case vigorously.
My cue.
Yeah, it's estimated more than 150 Americans have traveled or tried to travel overseas to join ISIS.
Stand by C.
There are now investigations into homegrown violent extremists in all 50
Roll
states.
C and wipe some of history.
Following a developing story out of the Middle East where there are reports that ISIS has abducted at least 220 Christians, the number continues to rise. These villages in northeastern Syria. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the abductions took place when militants captured 10 villages near a Kurdish-held city. Their current conditions and fates are unknown at this time.
Take.
Congress has less than 48 hours to approve a budget for the Department of Homeland Security before the money runs out for that department, technically anyway. If lawmakers cannot agree, the agency faces a partial shutdown and furloughs. Now, the Senate voted to clear the way for the bill, free of provisions targeting the president's immigration executive orders. But its future in the House remains a little bit less certain. Of course, with the threats of terrorism, the administration says that money is absolutely vital to national security.
Roll base sound and
there are concrete, dramatic consequences for the homeland security of this nation if we allow the funding of the department to lapse.
By Q.
But of course, it must be noted, after midnight Friday, essential workers, like TSA agents, would still be on the job. They would not be getting paid while a lockout persisted. OHP releasing dash cam video from a deadly crash that killed a trooper and injured another. This is it. This is the video from last month's crash on Interstate 40 near Shawnee.
Buckshot history next.
The troopers were out of their cars investigating a jackknife truck when a car crashed into them, and then the truck. Stephen Clark is charged with first-degree manslaughter in the crash. Investigators say he may have been updating social media when that crash occurred. Owasso police are searching for vandals. They say shot out windows on their cars. The police say the vandals intentionally targeted the officers, by egging and vandalizing more than 10 patrol units and the personal vehicles of the officers as well. Police believe the work is mostly done by teenagers, the vandalism. Call the Owasso Police Department if you know any information about who did this.
Take 4.
The National Cemetery in Fort Gibson beefing up security after police arrested 5 people they say had broken into the cemetery. Officers say these people tried to steal equipment by hiding it under trees and property next to the cemetery. They say the 5 may face federal charges because the cemetery is considered to be government property. More than 120 Southwest airline jets back in the air after being temporarily grounded for emergency inspections.
4 straight on Rich next.
409. They missed their periodic deadline to inspect the backup system that allows the plane to keep flying if the main rudder control system fails. But the FAA has now allowed the planes to fly while inspections continue over the next 5 days.
Take 4. Ready, A with.
A Texas mother charged with aggravated assault after court documents say she threatened a student. But there are conflicting stories about what happened.
4 straight next for the T's.
A couple of teenage girls were fighting over a boy at school. A letter sent home says one of their mothers displayed a gun while trying to break up that fight. Students who saw a cell phone video say they never saw any kind of physical assault and that the mother never actually pulled out a gun, but had it in a holster.
Take music.
4:38 coming up. See the ice creation in a place not normally known for ice and snow. And you'll soon be able to eat more chicken. Hey, Chick-fil-A opening a new location. We'll talk about that. Let's look outside right now at the Osage Casino Skycam network. It's hard to see the wind. You saw a flag, though. It would be a-blowing. That's the big story this morning. Heavy winds and tracking another cold front.
3,
we'll be back with Alan's weather
2,
after this.
1, and faders down, and ready break. All right, 15. That was funny because I looked in the script, and I asked Jeremy to match the script in the rundown, in the master rundown for the break time, because there's a note in the actual script. Oh, yeah? Huh, 5, 4, 3, who knows, 2, 1. Stand by and fade up my cue.
Okay, 20 in front of the hour. We've got the radar cranked up here. Strong north winds. There could be a little flurry or two in the next hour. I doubt it. If that's happening, it's going to happen south of I-40. We do have very strong winds, colder air temperatures now 20s in the metro, 25 at Jinx, 26 Sand Springs, 32 at McAllister, and 20 in Veneta. We have wind chill values this morning, single digits and into the lower teens. Tulsa, the wind chill right now is 11. A north wind sustained at 17. This last hour gust into the upper 20s and some 30-mile-per-hour winds. Tracking a couple of storm systems, some new information in just a few minutes.
My cue, take.
Thank you very much. Well, in Igloo in Texas, you don't see that every day, but they've been getting some really tough weather there. So Adam Graham had 3 days to create this beauty. Most of his neighbors were working on snowmen, right? But he was a little bit more adventurous. 15-year-old attempting to build that igloo. Before, didn't have enough snow, but now he did, and he's doing a heck of a nice job. There will soon be an option now for you to eat more chicken and Chick-fil-A because they're opening a store at 41st and Yale. Crews are going to build on a former site of an abandoned building next to the Old Navy. Near the Promenade Mall. So once that's cleared away, once the demolition is fully complete, they'll begin constructing a new Chick-fil-A at 41st and Yale.
And take and music.
Coming up, a new phone service that says it'll bring you anything you want. So how do you get that?
It's all that, mate.
Also, real windy, real cold, single digits out there with the wind chills. Alan's big weather when we come back.
3, 2, 1. Fade it, Ray break. Whew. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll C. Fade up. Mike Q. Stand by 4.
We are back. It is 4:45. Quick look now at some of the top stories for you this morning. OHP has released dash cam video in that crash that killed a trooper and injured another last month near Shawnee. The point of impact is not shown on the video. Of course, in that, a man charged with manslaughter for that crash.
Roby and White
Two foreign-born men living in New York are being held without bond today for allegedly intending to travel to Syria to join ISIS and attack the U.S., potentially here within the United States. Congress has until Friday to pass a bill funding the Department of Homeland Security that would avoid a partial shutdown and furloughs for that agency. Some of the top stories we're following for you this morning. Of course, one of the big stories this morning is the wind, and Alan Crone has all the details about that.
Boy, yeah, the winds are out of the north at around 15 to 30 miles per hour. Kind of sustained right now between 17 to 20. And I think that's going to be the case through the next several hours. They kind of ratchet up to about 20, 25 mile per hour sustained.
3 on the 2 down the line, the weather
anywhere between 25, 35 in a couple of spots. We do not have a wind advisory for our immediate area. That's out to the west, central and western Oklahoma. I'm going to show you Viper because there is a system that's diving down again across the high plains of Texas. That's going to stay to the south-southwest of us. But out of this general area, there's going to be a couple of waves that will be developing and moving to the area. Tomorrow, yet another wave that will be developing. And this is going to bring a chance for some snow across part of the area. Our chances are not zero in Tulsa, but the higher probability is going to end up being to the south and southwest. Some snow is going to be likely across southwestern Oklahoma, and that might make it all the way down to the Red Valley before it kind of winds down. Now, Saturday, the next wave appears to be more to the north. So this is going to be a snow zone, potentially Saturday afternoon, Saturday night into southern Kansas. There might be a little mixture somewhere in here, and then some rain to the south-southwest. The temperatures today into the 20s and 30s. We do anticipate some clouds this morning. We should have a little sunbreak or two midday to early afternoon. And the afternoon highs upper 20s and some lower 30s. 32, 33 in Tulsa, 35 to 36 in McAllister, 28 to 29 Coffeyville, and about 28 to 29 in the Grove area. Tomorrow morning, temperatures start in the teens. Again, here's this wave that develops. It kind of pushes to the south-southwest and weakens. Daytime high tomorrow in the Tulsa metro, only at 27. So we are back to cold air after yesterday making it into the lower 50s, between 52 and 53. Across the Tulsa metro. It's 24 right now. The wind chill value at 11. 26 in Sand Springs, 24 degrees in Broken Arrow. McAllister checks in at 32 and 23 in Pryor. We factor in those north winds, so wind chill values now single digits to the lower teens. So strong north winds, wind chills near 7 by the 10 o'clock hour. 28 at noon. Some sunshine, cold temperatures. 32 this afternoon in the Tulsa metro. North wind sustained at about 20 miles per hour. So that's the big deal. Yes, there might be a flurry or two today, but I think the probability is very low and mainly now to the south. So windy and cold. Then we're watching that Friday system. The Friday system is mainly south and southwest of us. But it's Saturday that we have a higher probability, especially across the northern sections. One of the negating factors is going to be a southeast wind late in the afternoon. And then Sunday, early in the morning, there might be a little bit of precipitation across northern Oklahoma with temperatures around freezing. So we're going to watch that time period closely. But then the temperatures warm up, and then the next system, it's Monday night and Tuesday, and that's going to be thunderstorm activity. You can always find more weather on our app. You can get the app, the newson6.com. But there's also a new app making sure that everything you want shows up just like magic. All you have to do is text in your request. And this is pretty interesting.
It's a demand service, and it's called Magic. So it lets you text the phone number, and it registers your information, and they say your credit card information is safe and visible to employees.
Yeah, and then apparently you can ask for anything you desire as long as it's legal. All right, and then Magic, that's the app, quotes you a price, including tips and fees. One person requested a real-life tiger. Someone needed a bike wrench and another flowers for their sweetheart.
Semi-3.
And they'll bring it to you, huh?
Oh, well, apparently. I don't know. We'll have to wait.
Is it magic or not?
Exactly. See how it shakes out there.
Roll C.
Also new this morning, several people in the hospital after a huge pileup involving more than 40 vehicles. This was on interstate in Maine. Troopers say several vehicles, including a school bus and a tractor trailer, just wrecked yesterday morning in tough conditions there. We don't know if there were students on that bus or not. Police say a few injured appeared to be pretty serious condition when crews were able to pull them out of those vehicles.
Ready, 4, take.
Over the next several months, the Supreme Court is going to consider a discrimination case that actually involved a Tulsa Muslim woman, Samantha Eloff, applied for a job at a local Abercrombie & Fitch store in 2008. You remember this? She was passed over because she wears a headscarf, which violated the company dress code at the time. Eloff never explicitly voiced her need to wear the hijab. Abercrombie & Fitch arguing they are not allowed to ask about religion in interviews. Now they have since changed their headscarf policy. The Supreme Court will decide whether it is up to you or the company to ask for religious accommodations. And several more stores decided to raise their hourly wage to $9 an hour. That includes TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and home goods stores is making that change in June. They are also boosting pay for associates working at the store for at least 6 months to $10 an hour next year. E-filing your taxes may get you that refund faster, but there are some advantages if you're filing the old way.
My parents are old school.
In a column for the San Francisco Business Times, a tax partner with an accounting firm, Eisner Emper, says returns filed online are at risk for identity theft and are more likely to be audited as well.
Really? Take 4. Ready, 8.
Popular diet pills back on shelves after a voluntary recall last year. Ally is back in most of the drugstores. The manufacturer pulled the product last year because it found some packages didn't contain Ally and may have been tampered with after shipping. So the packaging is now redesigned. They think they got things right.
And take 4, music.
4:52 coming up. Nike's putting an old classic back on the shelves. And a woman fighting her city to keep her pet. Come on now, she wants to keep her little piggy.
Roll B.
And find out how much it will cost you to make your favorite Girl Scout cookies
3,
right at home.
1, and fade it or you break. Interesting. Like your own Girl Scout cookies still won't be as good. 10 seconds. Lost my clock there, Master. Stand by. Skycam. 3, 2, 1. Set my music and fade up music. Anime. Stand by 4. My cue.
A Texas woman fighting to keep her beloved pet, Benjamin,
Take my key, anime.
is by all accounts your typical indoor pet. But he's a pig. He's a 50-pounder. That's not so big. His owner claims he's not much different than a dog. He's potty trained. He knows commands. He's cute. But the neighborhood he lives in considers all pigs livestock, and livestock is not allowed within city limits, so the battle is on.
Take 4, ready,
Remember we told you about the possible Girl Scout cookie oven. Well, there it is, and we now know how much it's going to cost you to make your do-si-dos. $60. Should be released this coming fall. The Girl Scout oven comes with tools and your favorite cookie mixes, like Thin Mints and chocolate peanut butter oatmeal. That's going to be a big Christmas item. How about this? Blast from the past. Thanks to Nike, the company bringing back its 1972 Cortez Classic running shoe. You know the running shoe.
All right, Jeb is next.
The one from Forrest Gump. There it is.
3 for the
wore
Super
those
Tees.
red, white, and blue
Stand by for music. Stand by the Jeb.
That never-ending cross-country run of his. The shoes will go on sale Saturday for $100.
And music and Sergeant Move.
All right, working on several stories for you coming up in our 5 o'clock hour. And Leanne Taylor joining us right now to tell you all about that.
Well, no need to wash this dish. We're going to show you KFC's new edible cup to make your coffee a little sweeter. Also, a new warning about your car. Find out why experts say vital parts in your car could be fake. And we have new information on a chase near Union School.
10 seconds.
Find out
Stand
how
by,
police tracked down and arrested
8,
the suspect.
7,
we have our
6,
next hour, 6 in the
5,
morning, starting here
4,
in just 2 minutes.
3, 2, 1, and fade it, ready, break. Very good. Let's do the 5.